YouTube, it's official. You suck.
I am the Lizard King.
What's going on, people? Lizard K Rule back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I'm making this video because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at the fact that YouTube lets big time companies and organizations abuse the copyright system and basically just say fuck you to the small time creators. That's right. If a big ass organization decides to copy strike your video for whatever bullshit reason, YouTube isn't going to do shit about it. As a matter of fact, YouTube is going to quote unquote manually review the copyright claim and then go vote in favor of the organization that's striking your video. Lovely, isn't it? Now, at this point, I'm sure some of you are wondering, Lizard, what's going on? What the fuck happened? Get to the point, motherfucker. And I'm going to get to the point right now. So, last Saturday, I downloaded this new Sub-Zero skin that came out. It's a Sub-Zero skin in the likeness of a Belgium DJ that goes by the name of Dimitri Vegas. Now, I downloaded the skin, I played with it, and I noticed something. I noticed that it's something that a lot of people have noticed as well, and that's his voice acting. It's really not up to par. Now, I'm not going to really knock the dude too much considering that English isn't his first language, but you gotta call a spade, and his voice acting is pretty goddamn awful. I gotta keep it a buck. But moving forward, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a fatality compilation video. I decided that I was going to make a video performing all the fatalities on Mr. Dimitri Vegas. So I did just that. Spent a good majority of my Saturday doing all the fatalities on the Sub-Zero Dimitri Vegas skin, editing the video, doing this, then the third. Very time consuming stuff. If you guys, edit videos, you know what it's like. And I did all of that, put the video out last Saturday at 8 p.m. and everything was smooth, no issues, it was a regular upload, a regular night, and it was good. But I did not realize that trouble was on the horizon, kids, because around, I would say around 3:50 a.m. Sunday morning, I get a fucking notice from YouTube saying that one of my videos has been taken down due to a copyright strike. So at this point, I'm tripping. I'm bugging the fuck out. I'm wondering what the hell have I posted that would cause me to get a copyright strike on my channel. So I go and check the email, and this is what I see. A copyright takedown notice from a company called ID&T BVBA. Like, who the fuck are these people? Who the fuck are they? Like, seriously, I never heard of this company a day in my goddamn life. So, naturally, I'm even more irritated now, so I have to do research and figure out who I'm dealing with here. So after a little bit of research, I come to discover that this ID&T company is a fucking music entertainment group that specializes in musical festivals that originates in Belgium. So when you put two and two together, the natural hypothesis is that this company is Dimitri Vegas's employer. So at this point, I'm even more annoyed because how the fuck does a company that originates and is based in Belgium have any rights to Mortal Kombat? And mind you, Mortal Kombat is created by an American company, specifically by Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studios, that's based in Chicago, Illinois. I'm really wondering, like, what the fuck? what the actual fuck is this bullshit that I'm dealing with right now? This does not make any sense. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I don't got time for this bullshit. What the fuck? What the fuck? And looking at the copyright notice from YouTube, like, what the fuck does this mean? I violated copyright. Like, in what way? YouTube doesn't even provide you with an actual example or show you how or at what point of your video that you actually commit the Copyright Strike Act. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what kind of fake ass shit is that? You just violated copyright and therefore we take the video down. Like, how about you tell me at what part of the video actually caused me to get the copyright strike? How about that, YouTube? What the fuck? Seriously. In any event, I'm saying to myself, I probably should fight back against this and file a counter notice because I know I'm in the right here. I know that a Belgium-based musical entertainment group has no say-so or any rights to American video game company's video game, especially considering that this video game company is owned by a major entertainment American company, that being Warner Brothers. So I'm thinking about doing it, but then I remember that unfortunately, if you want to file a counter notice and you want to have some sort of anonymity online, or you really want to have your whole business out there online, you have to basically dox yourself. That's right, people. If you want to file a counter notice, both parties will have to end up exchanging both their full first and last names or company names, their phone numbers, their addresses, and emails. Now, the only alternative to this, if you are trying to file a counter notice, is to have a lawyer do it for you. But obviously, I ain't a rich nigga and I don't have a lawyer. So therefore, it would just be me doxing myself to try to fight back against this bullshit. So I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to dox myself over something that I'm sure I can win, but still carry the risk of possibly losing. A slight risk, but still a risk. So I said, nah. But moving forward, after doing a little bit more research, I managed to stumble upon a website called PlayStation Haven, that talked about the same issue. And this gentleman who wrote this article actually managed to get in touch with somebody at ID&T. Oh yeah, before I forget, this article was written by Anthony Dart Gemini Johnson. Alright, I'm going to just read this portion of the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But yeah, let's move forward. The claimant in these cases is listed as ID&T BVBA, and any attempts to file a counter notification with YouTube are quickly turned down. Good thing I didn't waste my fucking time, because clearly YouTube is backing them up. But let's continue. I reached out to ID&T BVBA and was finally contacted by them yesterday. I spoke with one Jerion Frasins, I hope I pronounced that right, who is listed as being in charge of content and music. I inquired if it were possible for these copyright strikes to be retracted if, say, the videos were deleted or demonetized. While I did not get a direct answer, Jerion did ask for the URL for my video in what I assumed would be an attempt to reverse the action, but I was told my video couldn't even be found in their system, and as of now the strike still stands. There was one thing that was said during our conversation that I found interesting, and it was both Dimitri Vegas and Warner Brothers didn't want any of these assets published without their official permission. Now, prior to reaching out to these guys, I reached out to representatives from Warner Brothers and NetherRealm Studio to find out what was going on, with no success. Many people affected by this situation took to Twitter to get answers, and NetherRealm Studios community manager Tyler Lansdowne responded by saying it was being looked into. I reached out to the PR rep for Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment for a statement on whether or not they signed off on this, but at the time of this writing have not received a response. Very telling, very telling. If this is accurate, then we clearly see what the fuck is going on over here. It would seem that Dimitri Vegas and his employers at ID&T have reached some sort of deal with Warner Brothers Studios where they have guaranteed that nobody besides Warner Brothers and ID&T will be making any sort of money off of any Mortal Kombat 11 content that remotely features Dimitri Vegas' Sub-Zero skin. And that's complete and utter bullshit. Why in the fuck would you put a skin in a video game if you don't want nobody to use the skin and put it on YouTube or any social media platforms? We live in a day and age where damn near everybody streams, everybody has a YouTube channel, either big or small. People have Twitch, Mixer, Daily Motion, BitChute. Why would you fucking put this character, well, this guy's image in the game if you don't want his image to be shared by anybody else? What the fuck, NetherRealm? Well, Warner Brothers, whoever, I'm assuming this is really Warner Brothers part. I'm pretty sure NetherRealm wouldn't be this scummy. NetherRealm has a good reputation for the most part. I'm pretty sure this is Warner Brothers doing. And it's really like, what the fuck? Especially when you consider the fact that people, especially celebrities who are public figures, are not copyright. And you know how I know people are not copyright? It's because when you get your first copyright strike, people, you have to go to this thing that's created by YouTube, nonetheless. You have to go to this thing called Copyright School. And YouTube will ask you a certain amount of questions. You have to get them all right to pass the school. And one of the questions that they asked me is if people are copyright. And you know what the correct answer is to that question? No. 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 This is why people can make videos on Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, Ben Affleck, Madonna, Scarlett Johansson. That's exactly why. Because people are not fucking content. Are not copyright. You can even make a video on, honestly, the average person if you wanted to. Because, again, people are not copyright. When it comes to public figures, as long as you're not using their material, like their music, or parts in their movies, or certain lengths of a person's material within your video, it's okay. You're perfectly allowed to do it. You're damn sure allowed to use someone's, let alone a celebrity's picture, or fucking, like a small video of them, like say walking the street or whatever, to make a damn video. Because again, people are not copyright. This is absolute nonsense that people on YouTube who are making Mortal Kombat videos based on a 3D video game image of a DJ are getting copyright strikes. It wouldn't even be so bad if people were just getting, demonetized. I mean, who really gives a shit if you're a Mortal Kombat creator on YouTube? Your video is getting demonetized already. And personally, I think I said this before, I really don't care about demonetization. That would have been fine. But to fucking give people a copyright strike, that fucking hurts their channels. Like, seriously? Seriously, like, what the fuck, man? And the fact that YouTube literally seems to be in on this shit, because, again, according to the article I read earlier, apparently if you try to file a counter notice, it immediately gets turned down. So I think honestly, somebody, from Warner Brothers or ID&T or both, hit up some people at YouTube and say this, that, and the third, and YouTube is with it. YouTube is with it. And it's complete nonsense. This really goes to show YouTube does not give a fuck about the smaller creators. They just want to keep their pockets happy. They want to keep the corporations, the big time companies happy. Fuck the smaller creators. Fuck the people who made YouTube what it is today. And this is why I am going to be making a BitChute account, because YouTube is on some serious bullshit. It's really on some bullshit. It's obviously censoring people left and right, and clearly they have a bias for companies. If you're a small-time creator that makes questionable content, or in this case, just Mortal Kombat content, you're not going to last long on YouTube. That's clear as fucking day, because YouTube does not give a fuck about the individual small-time creators. So once again, I'm making a BitChute. Fuck this shit. It's absolute nonsense. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm going to put a link to the article from PlayStation Haven in the description box. I'm going to put a link to my BitChute account in the description box as well. I hope you guys join me on there. I mean, I'm really not the biggest fan of BitChute. I'm kind of a resolution junkie. I like my resolution to be at 60 frames per second at the minimum of 720p. And unfortunately, BitChute, the highest resolution it runs currently right now is 480p. But you know what? At least BitChute gives you a little bit more flexibility. You get more freedom, and you're not getting bullshit copyright strikes from companies. And then on top of it, the company that has something to do about it, has the power to do something about it, YouTube, does nothing. They actually quote unquote manually review the content and agree with the copyright strike. It's absolute fucking nonsense. Anyway, I'm done ranting and raving about this fecal matter long enough. This is Lizard K Rule, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.